Hello, my friends. Welcome back to The Professional Creative. Today, I have something that you are going to love if you are a surface pattern designer. But even if you're joining us as a creative of another industry, I think you'll walk away with a lot learned from listening into this conversation. By now, I have personally had the front row seat to tens of thousands of surface pattern designers' journeys. And today, I'm sharing the 7 biggest mistakes I see new surface designers make. And spoiler alert, they're often universal mistakes that we all make, regardless of whether you're a surface pattern designer or not, which is why I think it will be universally helpful for everyone to listen. But I want to give you practical ways to avoid them. If I can smooth the path ahead of you, if I can set you up for success, if I can help you avoid even one of these mistakes, or let you know that, if you're in it, it's normal, it's not just you, that is my goal. By the end of this episode, I promise that you're going to feel more prepared, more confident, and ready to tackle your creative journey with fresh eyes. Sound good? Let's dive on in.
I'm Bonnie Christine, and this is where all things creativity, design, business, and marketing unite. I'm a mama living in a tiny town tucked right inside the Smoky Mountains, running a multi-7-figure business, doing the most creative and impactful work of my life. But when I first set out to become an entrepreneur, I was struggling to make ends meet and wrestling with how to accomplish my biggest dream of becoming a fabric designer. Fast forward to today, I'm not only licensing my artwork all over the world, but also teaching others how to design their creative life and experience the same success. I'm here to help you spend your life doing something that lights you up. I'll help you build a creative business that also creates an impact, changes people's lives, gives you all of the freedom you want, and is wildly profitable. Welcome to the Professional Creative Podcast.
The first mistake I see people make is rushing to monetize. Mistake number 1 is a big one, and it's something that I just see often, again, in all kinds of industries. Even though we're talking about pattern design today, it is so incredibly common. It's this urge to monetize way too quickly. And I get it. It's really complicated, right? Like, we're not only excited to start seeing that first sale roll in, but oftentimes we actually need the money. So we're in a rush for good reason. But here's the thing. Rushing to monetize too soon often leads to disappointment. It leads to burnout, and ultimately it leads to a less refined body of work. Meaning, if you've rushed it, you're not really ready to show the world your work yet. And then it kind of sets you into a perpetual cycle of doing more of the same instead of it enhancing and growing. So if you focus too much on making money right away, you're going to feel like you're always behind. You'll start chasing what you think will sell instead of really building your unique voice, your unique approach, your unique style, and really creating from that place of inspiration that only you have. So here's how to avoid it. Take a deep breath. There is no race. There's no closing window of opportunity. I believe that the perfect opportunity will be waiting for you, but not a moment before you're ready. Meaning, take your time, don't rush it, and when you're ready, you'll be met with the most perfect opportunity. Focus on growing your skill set, your portfolio, refining your skills, developing your personal style, your unique approach, and then your work will feel more authentic and you'll be in a much better position to sell your work or license your work. And arguably, you'll make more income more quickly than you would had you just rushed to monetize. Okay, mistake number 2 is comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. This one. Can I just say that I have 100% been there and do this often still today to myself? This mistake, comparing your beginning to someone else's middle, social media is probably the culprit. It's a highlight reel, right? And so easy to scroll through and think, ugh, I'm so far behind, or they're having all the success, or there is this race and everyone's already there or arrived and I'm not there yet. But my friend, you are not behind. I'm going to say it again. You are not behind. I see this most often with new designers who are comparing themselves to artists who have been in the industry for 5, 10, 15 years. But you have to remember that every creative's journey is different. It's on a different speed track. It's on a different success track. They're on potentially chapter 20 when you're on chapter 2. So always be sure to compare it. Well, don't compare at all, actually. But if you do find yourself comparing, be sure that you're comparing apples to apples, people who are in a similar state of life and business and length of journey. And I would urge you to come together with those types of people and form a support group so that you really can understand where you're at and how good you really are doing. So here's how to overcome this most common mistake. Instead of comparing yourself, look at those designers of proof of what's possible. Use their successes as inspiration. Watch what they're doing. Look for threads of consistency, patience, and hard work that got them to where they are. And most of all, remember that you're building your story, not theirs. Okay, mistake number 3 is trying to please everyone. Whether you're a people pleaser or not, like a diagnosed people pleaser, I feel like we all have this one in us a little bit. So trying to please everyone, this is one of the fastest paths to creative burnout. Here's what I mean. When you try to design for everyone, you end up designing for no one. Your work starts to feel generic. It's not memorable. The truth is, your work doesn't have to be for everyone. It just has to be for a few of the right people. This concept of 1,000 true fans, I'm sure you've heard of before. It really means that you don't need to attempt to make work that resonates with everyone. You just need to make work that really strongly resonates with just enough people to make you successful. And really, that's not that very many people. So here's how to avoid it. Just get really, really clear on your dream client or your dream customer. We often call this person your ICA, your ideal customer avatar or ideal client avatar. Who do you want to design for? Maybe it's bold, playful designs for children's brands and you're targeting the mom. Or maybe it's an elegant floral pattern for high-end stationery and you're targeting brides that are about to get married. Whatever it is, get really specific. The more specific you can get, the more someone who fits your dream client or dream customer, when they see it, they'll immediately know that it's for them. So when you lean into your unique style, your ideal customers will find you and they'll gravitate towards you and they'll become really loyal. Mistake number 4 is one that's near and dear to my heart because I've seen so many students fall into it, and it's skipping practice in pursuit of perfection. Perfectionism is sneaky. It tells you that you need to know everything before you start, or your work has to be flawless before anyone sees it. But the truth is, you don't get better by waiting. You get better by practicing, and you get better by getting feedback, and you get better by doing the work. So here's how to avoid it. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. I spent a year, you likely know this story, creating 100 patterns. We'll call them 100 bad designs. Okay. Yes, I made 100 messy, awkward, flawed patterns because that was the only way that I could grow. It was by getting in the messy middle and doing things the wrong way and learning from, bad habits. And it was honestly through learning the hard way. Your 100th pattern will be worlds away from your first. Progress really comes from doing. Even perfection, if we dare say the word, comes from doing, not waiting, not finessing, not nitpicking. It comes through slow development, through your process. So again, give yourself permission to be a beginner. Take all the time that you need to work at perfecting your craft or developing your craft.
If you're an artist or designer dreaming of seeing your work on products in the real world, like fabric and wallpaper and greeting cards, but maybe you're struggling to break into the world of licensing, listen up. The art licensing industry can feel like almost an exclusive club with gatekeepers and confusing entry points, but I've found a way to simplify everything. Imagine pouring your heart into your art only to see it gather dust. That is not what we want. Maybe you've tried posting on social media, setting up an online store, sending out emails, but it feels like shouting into the void. The art world is confusing, and breaking into licensing isn't just about talent. It's also about finding the right partners that are the right fit. Now, I've been in the same boat. I've spent tireless hours researching, compiling lists, learning how to approach companies. Then one day I had tremendous success. So after so much trial and error, I signed my first licensing deal, then another and another. Today, my artwork is licensed all over the world, and I want to help you achieve the same success. So I've taken what I consider the most difficult part, and well, I've done it for you. I've poured over a decade of experience in developing the Ultimate Licensing Handbook. This is a curated list of over 400 companies across 17 plus industries, so you don't have to. This handbook is so much more than a list. It's a comprehensive resource that is going to help you eliminate the guesswork. It includes pitch templates that get results and step-by-step guidance on how to approach companies. If you've tried compiling this information on your own, you know how time-consuming it is. It would take months. In fact, we've estimated that this handbook will save you over 463 hours of work, and it gives you direct access to the companies that can take your career to the next level. So, are you ready to take the next step? Visit bonniechristine.com/handbook to get your copy of the Ultimate Licensing Handbook and get instant access to all of these resources that we've poured so much into so that you don't have to. Remember, there's room for you, and I'd love to help you get started.
Mistake number 5. It's a big one. It's ignoring the business side of surface design. Now, this one is so interesting because I know all we really want to do is create. I hear this all the time from new designers. I'm not good at business. I don't like numbers. All I want to do is be creative. But here's the thing. You're running a business whether you like it or not. I think that this is something that is really unique to me and why I've been able to become a leader in this space. Because I genuinely love the business side just as much as I love the creative side. And so I feel like I have a way of simplifying the business side and also inspiring people to really understand how to do it and that they can do it without compromising their creativity. I went to business school. And I remember graduating and really feeling like, I wish I would have gone to design school. But I'll never forget, I walked into this art gallery and I was kind of lamenting over this fact with the owner of the art gallery. And he said something I'll never forget. He said, yeah, but you could be the best artist in the world, but if you don't know how to market your work, you'll never be successful. And it just stuck with me. And I actually think that I pulled another truth out of there. Like maybe you don't have to be the best artist in the world, but if you do know the business side, you can also be really successful, which was good because I'm certainly not the best artist in the world. And so we've got to lean into the business side. We can make it fun. We can start small. Here's how you can do this. I beg you to start an email list. This is your key to success in an online business, whether you're selling e-commerce or education or your own work from a licensing perspective. Learn how to license your work and understand your contracts. You can take one small step each week towards learning the business side and just doing, maybe you dedicate one of the 5 work days to working on nothing but the business side of your business. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. And trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Okay, mistake number 6, underestimating the power of community. I get it. It's kind of easy to think I'll just do this alone. But creative work is really better when it's shared. And I think I'm specifically talking to my introverts here. Like, creative entrepreneurship is often a solo gig. And I think because of that, often introverts are, pulled towards it. I would love to know if there was data around that, like how many creative solo entrepreneurs are also introverts. But it means that we end up being alone a lot. And I love being alone. I crave being alone. And also, every time I'm in community, I'm reminded at how powerful it is. When you're a part of a community, you have people to ask for feedback, people to encourage you, people who get it, people who speak your language. And they remind you that you're not alone, that you're not some crazy scientist in your living room trying to figure out, tags in your email list or, masks in Adobe Illustrator. You're just not alone. You've got to find your people out there. So to avoid this mistake, I want you to join a creative community, whether it's through something like the immersion course or an online forum or just a local social group. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it does have to be the right group. It has to be the right people. So they get you, they know what you're going after, they know how to support you, and they speak your language. They've got to be able to come alongside you and support you. And then share your work, ask for feedback, give someone feedback. I always like to think about giving more than I take when I'm in a group like that. And you'll be amazed at how much faster you grow. Okay, mistake number 7 is giving up too soon. This one makes me emotional because I've done it and I've seen it happen so many times. New designers start with so much passion, but when things get hard, and they will get hard, they think, maybe this isn't for me. There will be times when you doubt yourself, times when you feel like it's too hard or it's taking too long, but you're not alone. And every designer feels this. In fact, when I look back over the years, I've seen so many people start and they've got all the fire lit underneath them in the world. And I would say something hits between the 6 and 9 month mark, and they just haven't seen the success that they thought they would. And they're not in it for the long haul, and they end up just backing out. And that is the case for so many people. And the interesting thing, though, is that I don't know anybody who got success in the first 12 months. Success only comes to the people who just show up day after day, after day, after week, after month, after year. And so the best and most successful people you know have a decade of daily showing up under their belt. Not that it takes a decade to be successful, but I can guarantee you the most successful people that you know have that under their belt. And so you've just got to be willing to play the long game. You just have to be willing to show up day after day. So remind yourself why you're doing this. Go back to your why, the reason that you wanted to do this in the first place. And surround yourself with people who believe in you. Most of all, stay the course. It's really not about talent. It's about your ability to be persistent and consistent. Okay, my friends, let's recap. Number 1, biggest mistake, rushing to monetize. Number 2 is comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Number 3 is trying to please everyone. Number 4 is skipping practice to chase perfection. Number 5 is ignoring the business side of design. Number 6 is underestimating the power of community. And number 7 is giving up too soon. These mistakes will happen. They're not failures. They're signs that you're doing it. You're doing it right and you're learning. And you're not alone. And now that you know how to avoid them, you're ahead of the game. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. So which one of these mistakes resonated with you the most? Are you in one of them right now? Are you feeling called out by any of them? If so, I'm so sorry, but that's also why I'm here. So send me a message on Instagram. I'm at Bonnie Christine, or leave a review of the podcast with your biggest takeaway from today or any other lesson that you've learned here. And if you're ready to take your surface design skills to the next level, you can check out one of my free resources. If you go to bonniechristine.com/free, you'll see everything that I have, from mini classes to PDF guides to video events that you can watch. Again, that's bonniechristine.com/free. My friends, create the beauty that you want to see come alive in the world. And remember, there's room for you.